is basically when it comes to graph, especially where I'm from, we kind of look at it at its root, what it's based on. It's letter style. So when I look at pieces, I know it's a translation from the tagging style all the way up. So you go from your pieces to your throw-ups, to your straight letters, to pieces, to wild style. That's kind of basically your ladder. That's what you're trying to climb. I think at all times you've always got to remember, and I think it's great nowadays that we paint so like prolifically and bring so much color and so many techniques to it, light technique and just so many different variables to make our graph look great. I think the one thing you always have to kind of stay on your mind is your letter style. It's one of the things that'll carry you through as being a graph writer. It's one of the things that we kind of like look at each other and say, you know, oh, my man is incredible, the paint he's using, the style, the techniques, those caps, but it's the letter style that it comes down to at the very end. It's gonna be kind of like your moniker, your style, your label, your branding is the way that you do your name. So, you know, when you're painting, a lot of times, you know, technique is always gonna come into mind. You know, oh, I want this to look like this, or I'm trying to get this effect, or whatever. But don't let style be the last thing that you look at. Always kind of think, you know, I want my stuff to be fluent. You know what I mean? To be prolific, people have to understand what you're doing. It's a very easy statement. The most complex things in life, when they're simplified, are pure genius. So you really want to stick with that. That's all I really want to tell you.
Yo, man, I'm glad that you came and that's what you said, because, you know, a lot of the class I've been trying to tell these guys, like, yo, get your straight letters, you know, get a solid straight letter and work from there. You know, don't try to do something real crazy from the beginning because it's not going to work, you know?
And even if you do, see, some people will jump to that point, but then they find themselves lacking in the lower aspects. So, you know, I can do this crazy wild burn and this incredible background, but I can't even do a straight line. Or I can't get down on something that's real simple that people can understand. People are just going to look at it like, what is that? You know what I mean? Because I haven't really put any work in on that. And that's something we do in Philly. They look at it like work. Whatever you're doing, if you're out bombing, you're tagging, or throw-ups, they're like, put in that work. And you can see it on the overall. Practice makes perfect. The more you do, the cleaner it is, the more of an understanding you have of it, and the more people can understand it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it all, like I said, that style is what's going to carry you through. That's the big thing about graph. And I think it's one of the things that we pass down from one person to the other. So, you know, remember that every style you get is like a conglomerate. It's like an eclectic collection of all the shit that's been out there before, whether you know it or not. Because if you get it from one dude, he got it from another dude, he got it from another dude, he got it from this girl, she got it from that guy. It all just goes all the way back. You know what I mean? Simple stuff. You know, I don't know. Spoon, soup, you know.